Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy, and I'm here today to explain frame data to you. A lot of people don't understand frame data, and I'm here to teach y'all about it. If you're struggling to understand it, it's very simple, very easy to read once you get a grasp on it. All right, so you see right here, I'm gonna do a down light punch, down light, and it has. Now you might be looking at this like, okay, what is going on right here? I have a total startup frames of 4. That's how fast my move is. It's 4 frames. Then I have a total frames. And then you see I have 13 total frames. So total frames is, and what that means is the explanation by Street Fighter is the time between the start of a move and its end. Meaning my 4 frames, the startup, to the point it hits, to the point it recovers, to the point it hits, and the point it recovers, to the end of the move is a total of 13 frames that move is out there for. So remember, you got startup 4 frames, total 13 frames. The total frames really don't matter. It really ain't gotta pay. The total frames really don't matter. You really don't have to pay attention to it. But what matters is startup and recovery. That's what you really want to pay attention to. Recovery, I have 4 frame recovery, right? That means I can move before my opponents move, and that is what creates combos. So as I have 4 frames, and I throw out a 4 frame move, that means what? My move should connect, right? So I throw out a down light punch is going to connect. So down light punch. My bad. 3 of them connected. You know why? Because it's a 4 frame move, and I have 4 frames. I can move before my opponent can move. So he's still stuck in, on his recovery side, he's -4. That's called a hit stun. So a hit stun is how long he is in the hit state. So when I hit him, that's how long he's in that state. So he's in the state of 4 frames of hit stun. So I had to throw out another move, which is 4 frames to connect, meaning 4 frames, it connects because he's in that window. But say I throw out a slower move, I do down 1, down 2, it will never connect. It will never connect. You know why? Because this is 4 frames, the down light punch is 4 frames, and the down medium is 6 frames. He recovers before my down medium punch comes out. So that would never connect, right? Under regular circumstances. But we'll get to that in a second. So then we have down medium punch. You see it's 6 frames, 21 frames total. Really don't worry about that. But then I am +7 on recovery and my opponent is -7 on recovery. Meaning I recover 7 frames faster and he's still in his stun for 7 extra frames after I recover. Meaning I can throw out a move that's 7 frames or less to continue my combo. So it will combo together. That's how combos work. I can throw out down 2, and it combos because it's 6 frames. I have 7 frames. So I have 1 extra frame left over to combo. Or I could do down medium punch. I could do down medium punch into standing medium punch, right? So it goes like this. Now it combos. Only reason it combos is because of what? 7 frames. And this next move is 6 frames. So say I do my medium punch and a heavy punch, right? My medium punch is 6 frames with a recovery frames of +3 for me, and then -3 for my opponent. So I have 3 frames. So I have 3 frames to connect my next move. Now you may be saying, well, you have no 3 frame move, right? I recover too slow and there's way too much pushback. Way too much. So a target combo is basically it just connects to each other. This down medium punch into standing medium punch. This crouching medium punch into standing medium punch is a link. There's not a true string. A string is where you can do 1, 2, and it connects automatically. No matter how I could just press it and then just come up by itself. I can't do 2, 2 quick. I can't do it quick. Let me put on my input history. I can't do 2, 2. You see, I'm doing just standing 2, but it's not coming out. But I can do this. And that's a true target combo. So this whole string is a target combo. I can't go down to standing 2, crouching 2, standing 2. I can't do that because that's not a true, I gotta time it. So that's another aspect of understanding frame data and everything like that. So now we see we got this target combo, right? After that, you see that we have 28 frames plus on recovery, on hit. We're gonna get into on block in a second. So on hit, meaning what? We have 28 frames to do anything to my opponent, right? But you understand he's in the air, so you gotta do something like a special cancel. My special move is 17 frames and it combos because I'm below that 28 frame startup on my move, right? Now this move right here has 37 frames of recovery. But the reason why I can't combo that again, right, is because it's a hard knockdown. No matter what I could do, I could throw out a 4-frame move, it's not gonna connect. You know why? Because he's in a hard knockdown state. But if I do the heavy version of my special move, if I do the special version of my move, it's a pop-up. And I have 56 frames to do something. So that's granted my jump move and everything. That's all counted into it. It all adds up. So my jump, all that. But yeah, you can jump cancel. It's a jump. It's a lot. So you can move and punch. You know what I'm saying? Because I have so many frames and it's a pop-up. Are y'all following me? I hope I'm explaining it really well. If I'm not explaining it too well, I'll make another video on it. Just comment down below. So that's understanding that. Now, the real reason frame data is really here is to help you out on offense when your opponent is blocking. In my opinion, this is where it really helps you so you will not get punished. So let's go back to our crouching light punch. You may see right there is -2. Now the roles have flipped. My opponent is plus. So technically, he can throw out a move faster than me. So on block, the roles are reversed. On block, my move is 4 frames with still a total 13 frames. Really don't worry about that. With a -2 recovery. So that means that my opponent has a +2 recovery. So what that means is whatever move I throw out next is going to add 2 frames to my startup, right? And subtract 2 frames from my opponent's startup. So I'm throwing out a down one. That makes it 6 frames because 2 + 6. I'm -2, right? If it was plus, it would subtract. But since it's negative, it's adding, if that makes sense. It basically just, treat it like it's math right there. It's weird math, but just treat it like that. Plus, you subtract from your startup, plus subtract from your startup, minus you add to your startup. So I'm -2, now my next move I throw out will be 6 frames. So, like I said, -2 is +2. For a startup frame of 4, that's 6 frames of startup. Same thing here. So crouching medium punch, I have a -1 on my recovery frames. So if I throw out another crouching punch, that's 7 frames. Understand? You're adding the 2 together when it's negative. So then also you got, technically it's not your turn, but those numbers are so minuscule, unless they're really, really expecting it, that's when they can do whatever. But you got other stuff like, there we go, a bigger move. You have a 4-frame move. So I have an 8-frame move with a -4 frame startup. So if I decide to throw out that same move twice, that makes it a total of 12 frames, right? And my opponent can throw out something as in like a down, a crouching light punch, and punish me and get full combos off of it, right? Because anything that's 12 frames or less, at that point, he can punish me because I'm throwing out this, and 8 plus 4 is 12. That is, he can throw out any move 11 frames or less and get a full combo punish. Next, we have the opposite. So if we just went over negative frames, now let's go over plus frames. Same thing as in when you're on hit. When you're on hit, it was +4, but now it's -2. But then you have moves that are plus, meaning it is still technically your turn. So you have this move, my standing heavy kick is 12 frames, right? But I'm +2, meaning I recover 2 frames faster than my opponent, right? But that doesn't mean you want to go +2, because remember, you gotta switch. My opponent throws out a 4 frame move and I'm +2 and he's -2. That make his next move 6 frames. But if my next move I throw out is 12 frames, so that's 12 minus 2, since it's +2 on recovery, that's 12 minus 2, that's 10 frames. If I throw out the same move twice, I will still get hit first. So what do you do with this? So now I got this move right here, my standing heavy kick, which is +2. I will go into something that's faster, like my crouching medium punch, which is 6 frames. So what that makes my 6 frame move, this will make my 6 frame move 4 frames. And my opponent right there, that's called a jail. That means my opponent can't press a button, otherwise he's gonna get full combo punished. Let me know down below if that makes sense, y'all. Let me know. Plus frames, you subtract from your startup frames. Negative frames, you add. So this right here made this move 4 frames. Since it was plus my standing heavy kick was +2, my next move I come out is gonna be 2 less than the startup. So that made this, my crouching medium punch, 4 frames. And if my opponent press a button, they're gonna get counter punched. Hope that makes sense. Complete makes sense. And we got one more section, y'all. This is on the whiff. Now these, you really can sit here and whiff and everything like that. But remember, if your opponent is sitting here doing the same thing, he catches you, it's a full combo punish. So say I'm over here throwing out these moves on whiff. All right, so this is right here, when you're just throwing moves out here like this is where your total recovery, after your startup. So this move right here has a total recovery of what? 32 frames. This is where this matters. So you do total frames minus startup frames. So it's 20 frames. That makes sense. So we have 20 frames of recovery. That's where that total frames come from. Since I whiffed, I have 20 frames of recovery. My opponent has 20 frames to punish me, right? If he can react to it. If I'm out here just throwing this out like this, he has 20 frames. It's slow recovery, and I can get full combo punish. On whiff, whiff means you hit nothing. I'm not hitting nothing. Oh, I hope that made sense, y'all. If that did make sense, please hit that like button, subscribe button, that bell notification. I can do more informational videos like this. Let me know if y'all want to know more. It's my first video trying to explain something like this. Bear with me, y'all. Until next time, we out.